Good evening, all. My name is Cameron Presley, and our topic involves the breakdown of workplace cultures.
Workplace Culture Definition by Brenda, Zagada. Workplace culture, a set of different practices, beliefs, and attitudes that make up the atmosphere in a work environment. They set different expectations on how employees should interact with one another and work together to reach the company's goals. Examples of characteristics are collaboration, communication, employee development, recognizing employees, and respect.
To start, I will be explaining how workplace attitudes and behaviors relate to workplace cultures. I will be defining the workplace, which is the environment in which individuals are employed and perform various tasks that suit the organization's needs. As for the attitude, it is the mental or neural state of readiness that individuals organize through experience, exerting a directive or dynamic influence on the individual's response to all objects and situations to which it is related. But next, I will be talking about the types of workplace attitudes, which is job satisfaction, employee commitment, engagement, and perceived organizational support. Job satisfaction. It is a pleasurable or positive emotional state resulting from the appraisal of one's job's experience. This affects the workplace as workers with job satisfaction in mind can maintain their motivation and job performance with a positive attitude. The next is job commitment, which is the extent in which employees can identify with their given organization and its objectives. Without job commitment, organizations would suffer as their workers would not strive to meet or exceed the performances necessary for the establishment to thrive within the workforce. And next is job engagement, which is the emotional and mental connection employees feel towards the organization that they work for, as well as their team and their work. Organizations need workers that are emotionally invested in their tasks as this results in positive commitment and productivity. And the final workplace attitude is perceived organizational support, which is the belief that the employees hold for the organization that they would give consideration to their well-being. If employees have a low perception of the support that organizations will provide them, their productivity and emotional commitment to their goals will ultimately suffer, as respect and care is a two-way street in which workers must be provided the same respect they are expected to give for the organization itself. With the breakdown of job attitudes completed, I will now be talking about the model of planned attitudes and behaviors as created by Isaac Eisen in 1991, as his objective for this model was to predict human behaviors. To start, the first part of his model involves behavioral intention, which is the motivational factors that influence behaviors. This reflects how likely someone is to perform a specific behavior based on their own attitudes and beliefs. Next up is attitude, which is the extent in which a person has a favorable or unfavorable appraisal of a given behavior. This term describes how an individual views the behaviors they perform as their attitudes are influenced by the outcomes that the behavior leads to. Next up is subjective norms, which is the social pressure to perform or not to perform a given behavior. Individuals consider the emotions of those around them as their behaviors are supported or opposed. And the last one is perceived behavioral control, which refers to people's perceptions of the ease or difficulty to perform a certain action or behavior of interest. This term describes the individual's ability to perform their behaviors as is either aided or weakened by the resources, experience, and so much more. And here is the model in all of its glory, just to give you guys a clear view of what the model consists of and how each term relates to the other. And that is it for the job attitude and behavior breakdown and their relation to workplace cultures. For this slide, I wanted to show you all my sources as to show that I have looked into numerous articles and scholarly sources in order to provide the best information I could.
Hello, my name is Konstantinos Georgallides. Today, we'll explore different types of workplace cultures, each with distinct characteristics that shape how organizations operate and succeed. These cultures impact everything from teamwork and innovation to stability and performance. First, we have the clan culture, also known as the collaborative culture. This culture emphasizes teamwork, shared goals, and a strong sense of family within the organization. Leadership here is mentorship oriented, with a focus on employee development and loyalty. Organizations with this culture are typically flexible and people are focused with an emphasis on cohesion. Clan culture is often seen in small organizations that highly value collaboration. According to Cameron and Quinn's diagnosing and changing organizational culture, this type of culture promotes a supportive work environment where people work together as a team. Next, the adhocracy culture, or innovative culture, prioritizes innovation, creativity, and taking risks to gain a competitive edge. Leaders in this culture are visionary and encourage experimentation. Characteristics include dynamism, entrepreneurship, and adaptability. This culture is commonly found in tech companies and startups, where the ability to change and innovate is key. As noted by Edgar Sheen in Organizational Culture and Leadership, adhocracy culture thrives in environments that prioritize rapid innovation and flexible responses to market changes. Moving on to hierarchy culture or control culture, this type emphasizes structure, stability, and efficiency. Leadership is formal and authoritative, focusing on rule adherence and clear roles. Hierarchical cultures are internally focused and bureaucratic, making them common in government institutions and large corporations where established processes are essential. Sheen's work on organizational culture highlights how these characteristics support consistency and order, especially in highly regulated sectors. The fourth type, market culture, also known as competitive culture, focuses on achieving measurable goals, profitability, and market share. The leadership style here is results driven, emphasizing competition and goal attainment. Market cultures are performance oriented, often putting high pressure on employees to deliver results. This type of culture is prevalent in highly competitive industries such as sales and finance. Cameron and Quinn's framework shows how market culture drives productivity through a strong focus on outcomes. Now let's look at learning culture, which emphasizes continuous learning, development, and adaptability. Leaders here encourage knowledge sharing, innovation, and personal growth. Organizations with a learning culture are adaptable, often investing in employee education and development. Amy Edmondson's The Fearless Organization describes how learning culture is crucial in environments that value psychological safety, helping employees feel supported to learn and innovate. Finally, the achievement culture centers around high performance and personal accomplishments. Leaders have high expectations and focus on excellence. This culture is goal oriented and ambitious, suitable for competitive sectors where rapid growth is a priority. As Dylan Kennedy explained, in corporate cultures, achievement culture motivates employees to push boundaries, excel, and achieve personal and organizational success. In conclusion, understanding these workplace cultures helps organizations tailor their approaches to foster the values and goals most aligned with their industries. Whether it's collaboration, innovation, control, competition, learning, or achievement, each culture has unique strengths that support specific organizational goals.
So my name's Luke Holland, and I'm going to talk about the impact of workplace cultures. First, I want to start with talking about the positive impacts of a good workplace culture, and this could include employee engagement. Having positive and inclusive workspace, a positive environment will increase employee motivation and also their loyalty. Whenever this happens, more interactions and more involvement within a company will lead to more success from the employees. Also, it can lead to employee well-being. There are numerous benefits for a company that prioritizes their own employees. And when employees feel they're genuinely cared about from their bosses, they're less likely to be burned out and there's an increase in job satisfaction. Positive impacts also include communication and collaboration. Collaboration can allow differences within a company to be pushed aside and allow for more meaningful connections, while collaborations, when they're performed properly, can be help with isolation within a company, and allowing for greater communication within a company will create a safer environment for employees when they feel that they need to express themselves freely about their own unique ideas. They'll be more willing to do that. And when this is performed properly, many opportunities within a company can open up. Another positive impact of this is customer satisfaction. So not only does this affect employees, it also can affect customers. But whenever employees feel connected to their company and its core values, employees are more likely to deliver better and more quality service to the customers and provide them with a good experience as well. Also, there can be negative effects to a toxic workplace culture. This includes turnover rates. Toxic work culture will lead to dissatisfaction in workers and what they do. This will cause them to seek employment somewhere else at another company or even a rival company. This can be from gossip, unfair treatment, high competition within a company, or just aggression shown from other employees or bosses. Mental health, toxic workplace will lead to mental health issues. All the stress and issues can lead to anxiety, and this can be sourced from unrealistic expectations, lack of recognition. So, whenever an employee does something good and nobody takes the time to recognize it, this can lead to it. Um, Poor work life balance. So, not having the proper balance between outside life and work, just causing employees to work too much can also lead to this. So, it will also lead to a decrease in production within the company, not even just the mental health aspect of it. So, another thing from this is a damaged reputation within the company. This kind of ties along with the customers again. So, not only will employees be dissatisfied, but because customers will receive service from these employees that are dissatisfied, they'll kind of wreak the issues and the problems from this. After a while of this happening and not receiving good customer service, you'll start to receive bad feedback and reviews, and it will cause consequences to a toxic work environment. And the last thing for negative effects that I want to talk about are the ethical issues of this. Employees and cultures that value results over integrity are pressured to cut corners because if they're overloaded with work, they're going to try to find a way to get it done no matter what the cost. So they'll cut corners or engage in unethical behavior to meet these unrealistic goals, and it can result in compliance violations, legal issues, or large financial penalties. And then these are all of my resources. Thank you.
My name is Susy Salmeron, and I'll be covering management of workplace culture. What is the importance of management in organizational culture? The why. It is imperative that a business have a positive culture in place that is deliberately designed to reflect and support the organization's mission, core values, and objectives. Transparency. When the culture is successfully implemented, it should be clearly communicated to potential candidates, allowing them to assess whether it aligns with their values. Additionally, this ensures that current employees understand and adhere it. The goal. An organizational culture that works will result in improved performance, productivity, and employee satisfaction. What's the role of a manager? Leaders play a significant role in establishing and reinforcing an organization's culture. Managers have a direct impact on the development of culture through their actions, such as their behavior, decisions, and communication. Managers set the tone for organizational expectations and core values. A manager's ability to manage and influence organization's culture effectively can make its implementations a success. Rewards and recognition. Managers understand that employees are motivated when they receive rewards and recognition, and it's important to acknowledge their efforts and work ethic. However, it's crucial to approach this carefully to ensure fairness and alignment with organization's culture to avoid unanticipated developments. Performance management systems. Performance appraisals are an organization's most effective communication tool to emphasize its cultural priorities. Appraisals must prioritize collaboration, alignment with core values, and positive behaviors that reinforce the organization's values. It's important that they are not based on individual performance alone. Here are the sources listed for the slides of management of workplace culture. Thank you so much for your time. You have a wonderful day.